Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum, Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam, Prasannavadanam Dhyayet, Sarva Vighnopashantaye, Saraswati Namastubhyam, Varade Kamarupini, Vidyarambham Karishyami, Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Apadamapahartaram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokaabhiramam Shriramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham Buddhirbalam Yashodhairyam Nirbhayatvam Marogita Ajadyam Vakpatutvam Cha Hanumat Smaranat Bhavet Gurave Sarvalokanam Bhishajé Bhavaroginam Nidhaye Sarvavidyanam Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Vagarthaviva Sampraktau Vagartha Pratipattaye Jagatapitarau Vande Parvati Parameshwarau Tam Suryam Jagatam Natham Jnana-vijnana-mokshadam Mahapapaharam Devam Tam Suryam Pranamamyaham Yenakshara-samamnayam-adhigamya Maheshwarat Kritsnam Vyakaranam Proktam Tasmai Paninaye Namaha Yena Dhauta Girapumsam Vimalai Shabdavaribihi Tamaschajnanajam Bhinnam Tasmai Paninaye Namaha Vakyakaram Vararuchim Bhashyakaram Patanjalim Paninim Sutrakarancha Pranatosmi Munitrayam Yadaksharapadabhrashtam Matrahinancha Yadbhavet Tat Sarvam Kshamyatam Devanarayana Namostute Kayena Vacha Manasendriyairva Buddhyatmana Va Prakrite Swabhavat Karomi Yadyat Sakalam Parasmai Narayanaayeti Samarpayami. Astu. So, last week we did the Saptami Vibhakti from the Karaka book. So, we have a few more sutras and a few Vartikas related to Saptami Vibhakti. So, let us do that. I shared two documents today, one in the afternoon and one in the evening, just right now, like a few minutes ago. So, let us look at the Saptami Vibhakti Sutrams, that which were not covered in our Karakam book. I'll share my screen. Okay. Are you all able to see the screen? So here we have this sutra. Swamishwaradhipati dayada sakshi pratibhu prasutaischa. Okay, so here shashTi saptamyo vartate. Swamin, Ishvara, Adhipati, Dayada, Sakshin, Pratibhu, Prasuta, Ityetair Yoge, Shashti Saptamyo Vibhakti Bhavataha. So here most of the sutras are covering the Shashti Vibhakti also. But we are studying this as part of Saptami Vibhakti. Of course, when we go to Shashti, these sutras will apply there also. So either way, both in both places, these sutras will be applied. So whenever we use these words, Swamin, Ishvara, Adhipati, Dayada, Sakshin, Pratibhu, Prasuta, the words which are used along with these words will get either Shashti Vibhakti or Saptami Vibhakti. So the examples given here are Gavam Swami, Goshu Swami. Gavam Ishwaraha, Goshu Ishwaraha. Gavam Adhipatihi, Goshu Adhipatihi, Goshvadhipatihi. Gavam Dayadaha, Goshu Dayadaha. Gavam Sakshi, Goshu Sakshi. Gavam Pratibhuhu, Goshu Pratibhuhu. Gavam Prasutaha, Goshu Prasutaha. So, Shashtyam Eva Praptayam Pakshe Saptami Vidhanartham Vachanam. So basically, this is by default shashTi vibhakti, but this sutra explicitly states that these the words which are used along with these words will also get saptami. So most commonly you will see the shashTi vibhakti prayoga, but the saptami vibhakti prayoga is also shuddham, and this sutra states that. And this applies only for the Go Shabda. For other animals, only the shashTi vibhakti is used and the saptami vibhakti is not used. So shashTi chanadare, that sutra applies for the other animals which are not Go Shabda. So for those animals, only the shashTi. Okay. Okay, 1 second. Okay. So this actually this should belong somewhere else. It is not here. I will let you know when this applies. Okay, so this part, just ignore it for now. Okay, and then we have the next sutra. 1 second again. So ayukta kushalabhyam cha sevayam. Ayukta kushalabhyam. So here asamantat yuktaha ayuktaha. What does ayuktaha mean? Asamantat yuktaha ayuktaha. Completely engaged. Okay, that is called ayuktaha kushala. In these two words, when these two words are used, asevayam. So asevayam means completely engaged or completely giving, performing, or completely engaged in whatever vyapara you are involved. So shashTi saptamyo vartate ayuktaha vyaparitaha kushalaha nipunaha tabhyam yoga asevayam gamyamanayam shashTi saptamyo vibhakti bhavataha. Aseva tatparyam. So what does here aseva mean? Completely absorbed in whatever work that is being done. So here the example is ayuktaha katakaranasya. Ayuktaha katakarani. So shashTi and saptami, when they are used with ayuktaha or kushalaha. So here katakaranasya means in the making of the mat, that person is deeply engaged, completely. All the full focus is on that work. Kushalaha katakaranasya. So here kushanaha is more like nipunaha. Whereas ayuktaha is completely being engaged in the work that you are doing. Vyaparitaha. Here it is given, no? Ayuktaha is vyaparitaha. Kushalaha means nipunaha. Nipunaha is means skill. So somebody, when they are so skillful in making the mat, kushalaha katakaranasya, kushalaha katakarane, shashTi and saptami will be applied. Asevayam itikim. Asevayam also means to be completely involved, like ayuktaha. So why this mention is given here in the sutra? Ayuktaha gau shakate. So here the cow is tied to the shakata. Here ayukta word is used, but here the meaning of the word ayukta does not involve asamantat. yuktaha. It does not mean that it is completely engaged in that. Here it only means that the cow is tied to the cart. So ayuktaha here means simply the cow is tied to the cart, and it does not mean that it is completely involved in that vyapara. So in such case, shashti vibhakti or saptami vibhakti does not happen. Tatra saptamyeva adhikarane bhavati. Here shakata shabda gets saptami, but this is because of the adhikarana. The cow is tied to the cart. Where is it tied? To the cart. So in that sense, the saptami vibhakti comes, but not as per this sutra. When ayukta shabda is used in ishadartha, this sutra does not apply. So ishadartha means like little. When somebody is not engaged completely, then also you cannot use the shashti vibhakti or the saptami vibhakti. So when somebody is doing some making of the cart, but they are not completely involved. They are distracted. They are only focusing very little. Then you cannot apply the shashti vibhakti or the saptami vibhakti. Okay. Then the next sutra is yatascha nirdharanam. So here for the saptami and shashti vibhakti, there are so many sutras. But I thought, we'll still do them. Why? Because a little bit of, if not all the options given in that sutra, at least there were some things that apply and that come across wherever we study. So I thought at least we'll know why those vibhaktis are being used with respect to that words or sometimes the dhatus and the various kinds of shashti vibhakti is also there, which we will be covering after the saptami. But most of them you may not come across these sutras normally, but some examples are very familiar. So that is the reason why I gathered all these here. Okay. So here this sutra, yatascha nirdharanam. Okay. Shashti saptamyo vartate. Jati guna kriyabhihi samudayat ekadeshasya prithakkaranam nirdharanam. Okay, based on the jati, guna and the kriya from a group, if you take one object out, one person or one object out, that is called nirdharanam. Yataha nirdharanam, tataha shashti saptamyo vibhakti bhavataha. So where there is nirdharanam, there shashti vibhakti or saptami vibhakti can be applied. So here jatinam prithakkaranam. Manushyanam kshatriyah shuratamah. Manusyeshu kshatriyah shuratamah. So this is the saptami vibhakti application and this is the shashti vibhakti. So among the people, the kshatriyas are more brave. Okay, in that sense, manushyanam, this is the jati. Based on the jati, the prithakkaranam is happening. So manushyanam kshatriyah shuratamah. Manusyeshu kshatriyah shuratamah. Gunanam prithakkaranam. Gavam Krishna sampanna kshiratama. Goshu Krishna sampanna kshiratama. Here Krishna means the black cow. So among the cows, the black cow, Kapila, how we say, like based on the color of that cow, that whole breed is also referred to in the same sense. So among all the cows, that particular breed of cow gives the most milk. Okay, so that is how it means. So we are separating this Kapilavu or the Krishna go from all the cows. Here we are separating this particular group of people, the Kshatriyas, from the Jati, the Manushya Jati. So this is Gunanam Prithakkaranam. Here the Gunam is they have the quality of giving more milk. Kriyayam Prithakkaranam. Advaganam Dhavantaha Shigratamaha. So among all the people who are on their feet, the ones who are running are the fastest. Shigratamaha. Advageshu Dhavantaha Shigratamaha. So here Advaga means a pedestrian, he who is on his foot. So they are not on any vehicle or animal like horse or anything. So people who are on their feet, among them, people who are running are the fastest. In that way, this segregation is done. Kriyayam, based on the kriya that they are doing, this prithakkaranam happened. Some people might be walking, some people might be jogging, some people are running. So among all the people who are on their feet, the people who are running are the fastest. Sanjnanam prithakkaranam. Chhatranam maitraha patuhu. Chhatreshu maitraha patuhu. So here, based on the name, here chhatra is a kind of name, right? We classify people like chhatranam. Among them, Maitraha is a particular person by the name Maitraha. So that is why Sanjnanam Prithakkaranam. Based on that person, we are. So that person is not fitting into Upajati like a Kshatriya or any class of people, nor is he based on his quality or anything. Just that particular person. We are identifying just that particular person by the name. So Sanjnanam Prithakkaranam. He is more capable. Patuhu is being more capable. Okay, Chhatranam Maitraha Patuhu, Chhatreshu Maitraha Patuhu. So Yatascha Nirdharanam. So this is called Nirdharanam. Chhatranam Maitraha Patuhu. Okay, so here Maitraha will be recognized as Nirdharanam. In while we are marking the Karaka relations also, this word Nirdharanam will be used. It is not a Karaka Sambandha, but Karaketara Sambandha. Under the Karaketara Sambandha, the Hetu, Kriya Visheshana, this Nirdharanam, all such things will come under Karaketara Sambandhaha. So Karaka relations and relations which are not exactly Karaka relations, but even they need to be marked. We need to be able to identify them, because these are all given by Panini himself. So we need to be able to identify these relations. Only then the meaning also will be more clear. Yes, Bhagini?
Hari Om Bhagini. Chhatranam Maitraha Patuhu ityarthe Bhagini. Maitraha iti?
Maitraha is the name of a person. So among all the students, the person by the name Maitra.
Maitra Nama eva va? Astu.
Nama eva.
Done.
So here the next sutra is Sadhu Nipunabhyam Archayam Saptamya Pratehe. Okay, Saptamya Pratehe. Sadhu Nipunabhyam Archayam Saptamya Pratehe. So Sadhu Nipuna. Ityetabhyam yoge Archayam Gamyamanayam Saptami Vibhaktihi Bhavati Nachet Pratihi Prayujyate. When Pratihi is not used, that is what it means, Apratehe. Saptami Apratehe. That is the Padavibhagam there. So when Apratehe means when Prati Shabda is not used. When Prati Shabda is not used, the Sadhu Shabda and the Nipuna Shabda will get Saptami Vibhakti. When they are used in the sense of Archayam. Archayam means showing respect. When we speak of somebody in a respectful way, and if we use the words Sadhu and Nipuna in that sense, in the sense of respect, then Saptami Vibhakti will be applied, and Aprati Shabda should not be used in that context. So let us see the example. Sorry, not Aprati Shabda. When Prati Shabda is not used. Apratehe means when Prati is not used. Examples are Matari Sadhuhu. So here Matru Shabda is in Saptami Vibhakti because it is used with the word Sadhu in a good sense. Pitari Sadhuhu. Matari Nipunaha. Pitari Nipunaha. Archayam iti kim. Sadhur Bhrityo Ragnyaha. So here Sadhu is used. Bhrityaha Ragnyaha. Okay, so here how does it mean? Tattu akathane na bhavati. So here we are saying the servant of the king. Bhrityaha is the servant. Ragnyaha Bhrityaha. So the king's servant is a sadhu, is good. But here we are only simply stating it. We are not indicating any special respect to this servant. We are only saying the king's servant is a good person. But we don't really mean like in the puja sense, in the pujayam or archayam sense. So here we don't have saptami vibhakti for the bhritya shabda. Okay, so that is the reason why archayam is there in the sutra. Apratehe iti kim sadur devadatto mataram prati. We have seen this example when we were studying the karma pravachaniya and with the prati shabda. So when the prati shabda is used, dvitiya vibhakti, karma pravachaniya sanya will get, and the word used with the prati will get dvitiya vibhakti. So when prati shabda is used, the matra shabda will not get saptami vibhakti, because this sutra is giving the saptami vibhakti only to the words when the prati shabda is not used. Apratyadibihi iti vaktavyam. So sadur devadatto mataram pari maturam anu. So apratyadibihi means prati and the other words used along with prati, like pari and anu. Like pari and anu. So this is the vartikam which says this applies even to pari and anu, not only aprati, not only prati, but also to pari and anu. This rule applies. So sadhur devadattaha mataram pari, or sadhuhu devadattaha mataram anu. Okay, those are the applications. So with prati, pari and anu, when these three words are used, matru shabda will not get saptami vibhakti, even though it is used along with sadhu in a respectful way. Even when the respect is meant and it is used along with sadhu, but if the words prati, pari and anu are there, the matru shabda will not get saptami vibhakti. It will go under karma pravachaniyam and it will get dvitiya vibhakti. So the same thing I wrote here. So that this is the karma pravachaniya sutra which we studied during that time. Okay. So prati, pari, anu, they get dvitiya vibhakti. Okay. Anantaram. There is another vartikam related to this sutra. That is sadhva sadhu prayoge cha. Sadhva sadhu prayoge cha. This is a vartikam. So sadhu krishnaha matari, asadhuhu matule. So here sadhu and asadhu. So this sutra applies to sadhu and asadhu also. Okay, so here the question of when asadhu is used, the question of respect does not come. Only with the sadhu shabda, the sense of respect comes, but with asadhu shabda, sense of respect will not be there. So sadhu asadhu ityetabhyam yoge gamyamanayam saptami vibhaktihi bhavati. So the examples are sadhuhu krishnaha matari, asadhuhu matule. Okay, krishnaha asadhuhu matule. So that is a vartikam. Anantaram. Any questions so far? So this will be more like a list of conditions that we have. The words basically, because we already covered the kAraka saptami. These all come under just the saptami vibhakti. Okay, upapada we can say, because the words are there which are indicating when the saptami vibhakti will come. So these all can be considered as upapada saptami.
Samita Mahodaya, I'm not able to understand the meaning of the examples. For example, sadhuhu krishna matari, asadhu matule.
So sadhu means like in the good sense, right? So Krishna has a good opinion of his mother. Krishna does not have a good opinion of his uncle, Matulaha. Asadhuhu Matule. So when sadhu and asadhu shabdas are used, then the words that are used along with them will get saptami vibhakti. So matari, sadhuhu krishnaha matari. So Krishna has a good opinion of his mother. A not very good opinion of his uncle. In that sense, these two sentences can be understood.
And above that also, there are just above, just scrolling.
In the above, matari sadhuhu, pitari sadhuhu, having a good opinion on the mother and father. Nipunaha
Expert.
is means they have a opinion that the mother is capable. The father is capable. In that sense, we can take. In a good sense. All these are meant in a good sense. This were you able to understand? Gavam Krishna Sampanna Kshiratama.
That underline.
Okay. Okay, buddy. So coming to the next sutra. Prasitot Sukabhyam Trutiyacha. So Prasita, Utsuka. These are the words. Prasitot Suka. Prasitot Sukabhyam Trutiyacha. Ityetabhyam yoge Trutiya vibhaktihi bhavati chakarat saptami cha. Here the last cha indicates not only Trutiya but Saptami also. Okay, Saptami will come as Anuvritti. Saptami will come as Anuvritti in this sutra. So Prasitaha Prasaktaha Yaha Tatra Nityameva Avabaddhaha. Avabaddhaha means attached. Saha Prasita Shabdena Uchyate. So Nityam Avabaddhaha. So constantly attached, constantly in that thought. Okay, Keshaihi Prasitaha, Kesheshu Prasitaha. Keshaihi Utsukaha, Kesheshu Utsukaha. So here attached in the sense not physically attached, but constantly thinking about it. Like you can take a Laukika Udaharana, like somebody is always thinking about their hair, you know, the beauty of their hair, how to enhance the beauty of their hair. They are totally involved in how to improve their Kesha Saundaryam. In that sense, Keshaihi Prasitaha. They are totally Tatparaha. Actually, this here, the example is given only Kesha, but you can use this in good sense, like for Tatparaha especially. You can say Harishu Prasitaha. Means in the Lord Hari. Somebody is totally involved in Lord Hari. In that sense also you can apply. But here the examples are given with the Kesha Shabda. Okay. So somebody is totally involved or totally constantly thinking about the Kesha. And Utsukaha, somebody again is very desirous of, having a beautiful hair. So they are doing things related to that. In that sense, this can be used. So Trutiya Vibhakti and Saptami Vibhakti is given. Keshaihi Prasitaha, Kesheshu Prasitaha, Keshaihi Utsukaha, Kesheshu Utsukaha. Vaishayikadhikaranatve Samyamyameva Praptayam Idam Vachanam. So only when the Vishayadhikaranam is restricted for some reason. So say for example here Kesha. Somebody is totally involved in Kesha, right? So that we can consider it as a Vishayadhikarana also. Like Mokshe Ichha Asti. So here Moksha we are looking at it as a Vishayadhikarana. So here also the subject is, say for example, Kesha. How to grow good hair, how to take care of hair. If you consider that as a Vishayadhikarana, then Saptami Vibhakti will happen. But here if that Vishayadhikaranatve Samyamyameva means if that Vishayadhikaranatvam is not applicable for whatever reason, then this sutra comes into play and the Trutiya Vibhakti or Saptami Vibhakti applies. So here, though Saptami Vibhakti is there, it is not considered as Vishayadhikarana. That also we have to make a note. So Vishayadhikarana can also apply, but for whatever reason, if this is not considered as a Vishayadhikarana, then Trutiya Vibhakti or Saptami applies. And here this Saptami is only Upapada Saptami, but it is not Vishayadhikarana Saptami. In Vishayadhikarana also we get Saptami. That is Karaka Saptami. But here it does not apply as Karaka Saptami. It applies only as a Upapada Saptami. Anantaram. Nakshatrecha Lupi. So here Trutiya Saptamyavanu Vartate. So Trutiya and Saptami Vibhakti are applied. So here what it means is an affix declaring the time of a nakshatra is Lupta. So here we have a word, say like Pushya. For this Pushya, there is an affix like a suffix, okay, which indicates the time of the nakshatra. If that is how do you say, lost, if that is removed for whatever reason, if that affix is removed. Lubantat nakshatra shabdat trutiya saptamyau vibhakti bhavatah. So that nakshatra shabda, whichever nakshatra, pushya nakshatra or mula nakshatra, whatever nakshatra, if the suffix of that word is lost, that is again a whole bunch of sutras. So let us not go into it. Why will it get lupta and all that? That is again another chain of sutras. Let us not go into that for now. So if that nakshatra shabda, for whatever reason, loses its suffix, okay, which declares the time, then trutiya vibhakti or saptami vibhakti will be applied as per this sutra. So pushyena payasam ashniyat. Pushye payasam ashniyat. So you eat payasam at the time of pushyami. When the pushyami nakshatra is there, during that time you eat payasam. That is what these sentences mean. In that sense, here the pushya is indicating the sense of the time when the pushya nakshatra is there. Okay, so trutiya vibhakti and saptami vibhakti both can be applied when that shabda, nakshatra shabda is indicating the time when that nakshatra is there. Similarly, mulena avahayat devim shravanena visarjayet. So when the mula nakshatra is there, we start the avahanam of the devi. And shravana, when the nakshatra, when the shravana nakshatra is there in that current time, visarjayet. We finish the puja and we send off the devis, right? So that is done during the time when the shravana nakshatra is there. When the mula nakshatra is there, we do the avahanam of the devi. So in that sense, this sentence means mulena avahayet devim shravanena visarjayet. Trutiya bhava pakshe, trutiya abhava pakshe, mule avahayet devi shravane visarjayet. When there is an abhava of the trutiya vibhakti, then the saptami vibhakti applies. So what this means is the trutiya vibhakti takes a little priority over the saptami vibhakti. When it is not there, then the saptami applies. Pushye shanihi. Here pushya, same, the nakshatra name is there. But still the saptami does not apply here, only trutiya vibhakti. Why? Because it is not indicating time. It is simply saying the meaning of this is in the pushyami nakshatra, shani is there. It is not saying when, at the time when pushya nakshatram is there. It is not referring to the time. Only in the pushya nakshatra, shani is there. That is the meaning applied here. So in such a case, only trutiya vibhakti applies. Saptami does not apply. So saptami applies only when the time is involved. Like always, time, whenever we mention time, we use saptami. So you can remember it like that. When it is not indicating time, then only trutiya vibhakti applies. Okay. So saptami panchamyau karaka madhye. Karaka madhye saptami panchami. So these two vibhaktis can be applied between the karakas. What does it mean between the karakas? Let us see. Kaladhvanoho iti vartate. So kalam and adhvana. Adhvana, we all know that it indicates marga, like the distance. Okay, and kala, the time. So karakayor madhye yau kaladhvanau tabhyam saptami panchamyau vibhakti bhavatah. If we look at the examples, you'll understand. Adya bhuktva devadattaha dvyahe, dvi ahaha dvyahaha. And it is in saptami, dvyahe, bhokta. Dvyaha dva bhokta. So dvyahe, dvyahaha means 2 days. Dvi ahaha dvyahaha, which means 2 days. So dvyahe is in saptami vibhakti. The dvyaha shabda in saptami is dvyahe. Okay, so if he eats today, adya bhuktva, after eating today, devadattaha will again eat only after 2 days. Dvyahe bhokta. Dvyahadva bhokta. So it can be in saptami or panchami. The dvyaha shabda can be in saptami or panchami. So what is this dvyaha shabdam indicating? It is indicating the gap between the action of eating, and again the next time that action happens. Okay, so between two kriya padani, the time that is elapsing. So that the time, that particular, the word that is indicating the time will get either saptami or panchami. This is indicating to time. So trayahe, trayahad va bhokta. This is for 3 days. Kartru shaktiyor madhye kalaha. So kartru shaktiyor madhye. Shakti means the capability of that action. So if today Devadatta eats, only after 2 days he can eat again. So he will, he's only capable of eating again after 2 days, after eating today. Okay. So the Kartrupadam and next when he will be able to do is indicated by this Dvyahe. So that is the gap. Karaka madhye means between the Kartrikarakam and the Kriyapadam here. So Kriyapadam is not exactly a Karakam, but here in this example that is also considered. Ihastoyam mishwasaha kroshe lakshyam vidhyati. Kroshal lakshyam vidhyati. Kroshe lakshyam vidhyati. Kroshat lakshyam vidhyati. So here krosha is the distance. Okay, like furlong, say for example. That is that indicates the distance. Ihastaha ayam ishvasaha kroshe lakshyam vidhyati. So this particular ishvasaha can target the lakshyam which is at a distance of krosha. Okay, so there is an archer, there is a target at a distance of 1 krosha, and he can hit it. He can hit it. Okay, so kartru karmanoho karakayoho karma padanayoho karmadhikaranayoho va madhye kroshaha. So here kroshe lakshyam, kroshat lakshyam. So saptami and panchami. So karma padanayoho karmadhikarana, apadana adhikarana. These are the two karakams, okay, which are used from karmani. Kartru karmanoho karakayoho karma apadanayoho karma adhikarana yoho va madhye kroshaha. So this krosha can be applied like between the Kartrikarakam and the Karmakarakam. The Kartrikarakam is the Ishvasaha, Lakshyam is the Karmakarakam. So between those two you can apply. Okay, Karma apadanayoho, Karma adhikaranayoho. So here this Karma padam, Krosham can take. So Krosham actually is the Karmakarakam. No. Lakshyam is the Karmakarakam. So the krosha shabda which is used to indicate the distance can take either saptami, kroshe, or kroshat. Okay, it can take two, both the two vibhaktis. And what is it indicating? The distance between the Kartrikarakam and the Karmakarakam. The Ishvasaha and the Lakshyam. Between those two, the distance is of 1 krosha. So this krosha, which is indicating the distance between two karakams, the Kartrikarakam and the Karmakarakam, it will get either apadanam or adhikaranam. Okay.
भगिनी एक प्रश्न अस्ति द्वेहे that is a संयुक्त शब्द अक्षर अस्ति so
yes.
What is it? Halanta da, halanta va, and then here, or how does it that happen?
Vyahe is dakara, halanta dakara, halanta vakara, halanta yakara, not halanta yakara, yakara completely.
And the yakara. Okay. Okay. Astu bhagini. Dhanyavadah.
Nimittat karma yoge. So this is the Vartikam. Nimittamiha phalam. Yogaha sanyoga samavayatmakaha. Avayava avayavi sambandhaha api samavayaha. So here nimittat karma yoge. is the Vartikam. We have a Vartikam here. So what does it mean? What does this Vartikam mean? Nimittam, iha phalam. Okay. Here, say for example, the Nimitta can also be taken as Hetu sometimes. Okay. Nimitta can also be taken as Hetu. So, Charmani Dvipinam Hanti Dantayor Hanti Kunjaram. Wait. I'm trying to think why I wrote this Vartikam here. One second, let me just take a quick look. So basically, this is not related to this Saptami Panchamyau Karaka Madhye. It is not related. This is a totally different thing. So this is like more of a Vartikam to the Sutra Hetau. There is a Sutra Hetau, which indicates Tritiya Vibhakti. Okay, which indicates Tritiya Vibhakti by default. But that Sutra has this Vartikam Nimittat Karma Yogi. Okay. So Nimittam iti phalam yogaha sanyoga samavayatmakaha. So Hetu and Nimitta sometimes are considered as synonymous. Okay. So because Nimittam also is like what is the reason or what is it that is causing? In that sense, it can be taken. It can be taken. But here in this particular Vartikam, Nimittat Karma Yoge. So Nimittam iha phalam. We have to take the phalam, not the karanam. Okay, not the Hetu sense of Nimittam. The word Nimittam by itself can mean Hetu, but here we should not take it in that sense. We should take it as phalam. So what does phalam mean? Charmani Dvipinam Hanti. So Dvipinam is tiger. Okay, the tiger is hunted for its skin. It is hunted for its skin. So here it is getting Saptami Vibhakti. Okay, Charmani. Here Charmam is the phalam. To kill Dvipinam, what is the reason for killing the tiger? It is the skin of the tiger. So when it is indicating the phalam of the action, it will get the Nimittam. It is considered as Nimittam and it will get Saptami Vibhakti as per this Vartikam. Okay. Similarly, Dantayoho Hanti Kunjaram. The elephant is hunted for its or killed for its tusks. Kesheshu Chamarim Hanti. Chamarim is a kind of what is it called? Is a kind of animal. So for its hair, it is killed. And Seemni Pushkalako Hataha. So this is like Seemni Pushkalako Hataha is like a musk deer. Okay, it is given here under. So Seema is Andakoshaha, Pushkalakaha is a Gandhamrigaha, like a musk deer, and it is killed for its musk, which is used in perfumes. So this Seema indicates that part which where that musk can be found. Okay, in the Andakosha of that animal, that musk can be collected. So for that purpose, they kill this musk deer. Okay. So Hetau Trutiya Atra Prapta Tannivaranartham Idam. So if you consider these as Hetu, then Tritiya Vibhakti will be applied as per the Sutra Hetau. So, to prevent that, to prevent Tritiya Vibhakti being applied for these, this Vartikam is there, which is labeling it as Nimittam. Yoga Visheshe Kim. Here in the Vartikam, Yoge is there. Nimittat Karma Yoge. What does this yoga mean? So, so here it is given Yogaha Sanyoga Samavayakatmakaha. Okay? Sanyoga Samavayatmakaha. So, the yoga indicates either a relation of Sanyoga Sambandha or Samavaya Sambandha. So, how does this apply? Let us see. Vetanena Dhanyam Lunati. Here, Vetana and Dhanyam. There is no Sanyoga or Samavaya Sambandha between these two. Okay? Vetanena Dhanyam. Here, that is why only Tritiya applies. Here, the Saptami does not apply. Here, Charmani and Dvipinam, there is a Sambandha between these two. We can say it is a Sanyoga Sambandha. Okay? Similarly, this Kesheshu and Chamari also can be considered as a Sanyoga, whereas the Seema and Kosha, for this can be considered as Samavaya, because that whole of that organ is filled with that thing or whatever. So, anyways, but here, Vetanena Dhanyam Lunati. Here there is no any, there is no Sambandha, either Sanyoga or Samavaya Sambandha between the Vetana and the Dhanyam. So, Saptami Vibhakti does not happen, only Tritiya Vibhakti happens. Normally, Tritiya or Saptami can, Tritiya will not happen when it is a Nimitta. Only for Hetu, Tritiya happens. For Nimitta, Saptami happens. But in this case, though it appears like a Nimitta, since there is no Sanyoga Samavaya Sambandha, Tritiya only applies. Okay, this is a Nimitta only. Vetana is Nimitta only. It is not Hetu. But though it is Nimitta, Saptami does not apply. Tritiya applies. Why? Because this Sambandha is also important. So that is why this Vartikam also has this Yoga Shabda. So hence it does not have Saptami. Yoga Shabda indicates that Saptami Vibhakti takes place only when there is Sanyoga or Samavaya Sambandha between the Nimitta and the Karma Padam. Okay. So this one is actually a Vartikam of the Sutra which we studied last week, the Bhavalakshana Saptami. We studied Bhavalakshana Saptami, right? Sati Saptami also it is called. So that we studied in the last class. It has the Vartikam, which was not given in the book. So I just wrote it here. And this is very important. Why? Because when we were studying Shiksha, there these examples are there. If any one of you have noticed, when we are studying Bhavalakshana Saptami, what do we say? The first Kriya will cause or will indicate when the second Kriya happens. So, Pitari agachati balakaha kridati. So, the boy playing, when does he play? When the father comes home. That we say, right? But there are also some examples in the book, in the Shiksha book, where such kind of connection is not there between the two Kriyas. They are simply two different Kriyas which are given. There is no dependency of the second Kriya on the first Kriya. Even then the Sati Saptami is applied. So that question many of us had when we were studying Shiksha, and in that Shiksha book that was not clearly stated. The Bhavalakshana Saptami or Sati Saptami is defined as the second Kriya depends on the first Kriya. But then there are some examples where there is no such dependency. So it was a little confusing how the Sati Saptami is being applied there, though the two actions are not connected. They are simply two actions. Okay. So this Vartikam actually explains that. Arhanam kartrutve, anarhanam akartrutve, tadvaivaritye cha. Okay. So this is the Vartikam. What it means is arhanam ityadi. Okay. Yasyam kriyayam ye uchitaha te arhaha. So when there is a kriya and there are some people who are very good at it. Okay, they are called arhaha. They are capable of doing that kriya. Tesham kartrutve vivakshite sati tatra saptami vachya. Okay, so if their kartrutvam, tesham kartrutve vivakshite sati, when their kartrutvam is explicitly stated, tatra saptami vachya, their saptami vibhakti happens. Tatha yasyam kriyayam yesham kartrutvam anuchitam tesham akartrutve vivakshite cha saptami vachya. Now there are some people who are not capable of doing a particular kriya. So their anuchitam also, or akartrutvam, so they cannot perform that kriya perfectly. So even when that is also clearly explicitly stated, there also saptami vibhakti happens. Tatha tadvaiparitye yesham tat vaiparitye. Vaiparitya means the opposite, means where there is capability of the people but it is not told. In the first sentence, what? Yasyam kriyayam ye uchitaha te arhaha tesham kartrutve vivakshite sati. So tesham, here tesham is indicating arhaha, people who are capable. Their kartrutvam is vivakshite, is told explicitly, is explicitly stated. So here two kinds of people are there. Those who are capable, those who are not capable. And two kinds of vivaksha is there. Stating the capability of the arhaha and stating the incapability of the anuchitaha. People who are not capable, stating their incapability, and stating the capability of the arhaha. Now, vaiparichyam means there are arhaha not stating their capability. So, stating the capability of arhaha, not stating the capability of arhaha. Stating the incapability of anarhaha, not stating the incapability of the anarhaha. So, four cases are there. Okay, that is what here. Tatha tadvaiparitye. Yesham kartrutvam uchitam tesham akartrutve. Okay, akartrutve means not giving them the kartrutvam, means not stating their arhaha. Yesham tu na uchitam tesham kartrutve cha saptami vachye iti arthaha. So now let us see some examples. So there are four cases. Adyam udaharati. Satsu taratsu iti. Satsu taratsu. Satsu indicates people who are capable. Taratsu, they are swimming. Okay. When the capable people are swimming. Santaha hi taranakriyaha arhaha. Kartaraha cha dvitiyam udaharati. Asatsu tishtatsu iti. I guess there are a few spelling mistakes. Asatsu, not asutsu. Asatsu tishtatti tishtatsu iti. Atra taranakriyayam asatam anarhatvam akartrutvam cha tishtatsu iti anena dyotyate. Okay. So tadvaiparitye prathamam udaharati satsu tishtatsu iti satam hi taranam uchitam tesham cha akartrutvam tishtatsu iti anena gamyate. So these are asatsu taratsu iti. So satsu taratsu and then asatsu tishtatsu means the capable people are swimming and the incapable people are simply standing. Okay, so the capable people are swimming and the incapable people are asatsu tishtatsu. And then what is the vaiparitham of that? Satsu tishtatsu, the capable people are simply standing, whereas asatsu taratsu. Asatsu taratsu. So these are the four different cases. So is there any connection between these two? There is no connection. So here in that sense, we can consider this Vartikam where sometimes there need not be the dependency between the second kriya and the first kriya, but even then the sati saptami can be applied. Asatam hi taranam anuchitam tesham cha kartrutvam taratsu ityanena gamyate. Yadyapi idam yasya cha bhavena ityeva siddham tathapi lakshya lakshana bhava avivakshayam saptamyartham idam iti kayatadayah tattu vyartham eva idam ityante. So this is again given in the given by some grammarians like Kayata. So this Vartikam has been written by some other grammarians. Normally, all Vartikams will be written by other grammarians only. Panini Maharshi has just written the sutras, and depending on the application and what is not indicated by the sutra will be covered under the Vartikams. So this is a kind of confusion, but what it is saying is there are so many other applications. There are so many other applications here which also use the Sati Saptami. So the Sati Saptami not always indicates the dependency. It can be simply non-related Kriya Padani can also be joined into one sentence using the Sati Saptami. So just to keep in mind, the Saramsam of this Vartikam is, you simply remember that Bhavalakshana Saptami or Sati Saptami sometimes as an exception can also be used when the two Kriyas are not related. I will try to get some examples from the Shiksha book. I have come across those sentences there. At that point of time, even I was not very clear. But after I came across this Vartikam, then I understood that this Vartikam, based on this Vartikam, those applications are there. Okay. So with that, we complete the Saptami Vibhakti. So we have seen the Karaka Saptami and the Upapada Saptami. In the Karaka Saptami, we covered Adhikaranam, Adharo Adhikaranam, and the three different kinds of Adhikarana. That is the only Karaka Saptami, and all the other come under Upapada Saptami. Okay. So any questions until here? Okay. So, yes, Bhagini?
Lunati means purchase. Vetanuna dhanyam lunati.
Yes, yes.
Dhanyawad.
So here coming to shashTi Vibhakti, here in the book, they started off the shashTi as in the Karaka book, page number 46. They started off with Shesha shashTi, shashTi Sheshe. Okay, before that, I would like to simply read a small part here. So shashTi, just shashTi. This is also, there is a sutra, just shashTi. Okay, shashtyantam subantam samarthena subantena saha samasyate tatpurushascha samasaha bhavati. We all know the shashTi tatpurusha samasa, right? So that shashTi tatpurusha samasa, the shashTi vibhakti used there is because of this sutra. Okay, so this particular sutra is used only for shashTi tatpurusha samasas. It is not used anywhere else as far as I have looked up. So here the example is Rajnyaha Purushaha Raja Purushaha, Brahmanasya Kambalaha Brahmana Kambalaha. Okay, so these two words are shashTi tatpurusha samasas. So the shashTi vibhakti given to the Raja Shabda, Rajnyaha, is because of this sutra, shashTi. Brahmana Shabda gets in the Vigraha Vakya, Brahmanasya Kambalaha, Brahmana Kambalaha. The Brahmanasya, the shashTi vibhakti here for the Brahmana Shabda is again because of this sutra. So shashtyantam subantam. So Rajnyaha is a shashtyantam subantam. Similarly, Brahmanasya is a shashtyantam subantam. Samarthena subantena, with another subanta padam. Saha samasyate. It will join with another valid subanta word to form tatpurusha samasa. Okay, that is about shashTi. Now shashTi is of three types: shesha shashTi, karaka shashTi, and upapada shashTi. Okay, now let us look into our
Chamatam Bhagini.
Ah.
समाधान करोतु सुबंतम पद षष्ट्यंतम सुबंतम.
Shashtiyantam Subantam means Subanta means sup ante asti Subanta, which is a noun. Basically, Subanta are nothing but nouns. All the nouns that we are pronouns, nouns, all those come under Subanta. That which is not a Tinanta. That which is not a Tinanta means a Kriyapadam is called a Subanta. Shashtiyantam Subantam means a noun which is in Shashti Vibhakti. Like Ramasya.
Oh, okay. Understood.
Shashtiyantam Subantam. Okay.
Okay.
Here Rajnyaha
Sometimes
is
you get a temporary amnesia.
It happens, no worries. So Rajnyaha is the Shashti Vibhakti of Raja Shabda, Rajan Shabda. Okay. So this is a Shashtiyantam Subantam. It is joining with another Subanta, Samarthena Subantena. Samarthena Subantena means another word which is appropriate for this application here, which can be applied here. Not any word can be joined with any word. That we studied under the Samasas. Under the Samasas, two words can be joined only when they have that correlation between them. Without any correlation, you simply cannot add two words. So here they have that expectancy between the two. So Samarthena Subantena, when it joins a Shashtiyantam Subantam, when it joins a word with which it has a correlation, then a Tatpurusha Samasa is formed. So that Shashti Vibhakti is formed because of this sutra. Now it is of three types. So let us look at page number 46 of our Karaka book. Here it talks about the Shesha Shashti. So Shashti Dvidha, Shesha Shashti, Karaka Shashti cha. Here in this book they quoted only two, Shesha Shashti and Karaka Shashti, but there is also Upapada Shashti. That we will look at when we come there. Okay, here in the book, whatever it is, we are reading right now. Shesha Shashti eva Sambandha Samanye Shashti iti uchyate. Keshanchana Kridantanam yoge Kartari Karmani cha Shashti Vihita. Sa Karaka Shashti iti uchyate. Shashtyaha Karakatvam nasti ityasya Shesha Shashtyaha Karakatvam nasti iti ashayah. Atah Shashtyaha Karakatvam nasti iti prayah Vadamatram. Okay, so here what is this paragraph saying is Shesha Shashti eva Sambandha Samanye Shashti iti uchyate. If there is a kind of relation between two words, and if the Shashti Vibhakti is because of that kind of relation, then it is called Shesha Shashti. Okay. Keshanchana Kridantanam yoge Kartari Karmani cha Shashti Vihita. Sometimes the Kartrupadam and the Karmapadam will get Shashti Vibhakti when they are used with a Kridanta. When a Kartrupadam is used with certain Kridantas, it can be used in Shashti Vibhakti. Similarly, when a Karmapadam is used with a Kridanta as the Kriyapadam, then also it can be used in Shashti Vibhakti. When such a Shashti is called Karaka Shashti. Why? Because it is taking the place of Karaka, Kartrikarakam and Karma Karakam. So it is replacing Kartrikarakam, the Prathama Vibhakti or the Trutiya Vibhakti of the Kartrikarakam, or it is replacing the Karma, the Dvitiya Vibhakti of the Karma Karakam. Normally, Karma Karakam gets Dvitiya Vibhakti in a Kartari Prayoga and Prathama Vibhakti in a Karmani Prayoga. But here this Karma Karakam is getting Shashti. So, because it is replacing a Karaka Vibhakti, it is called Karaka Shashti. Okay? Sa Karaka Shashti iti uchyate. Shashtyaha Karakatvam nasti ityasya Shesha Shashtyaha Karakatvam nasti iti ashayah. We all say, right? Shashti Vibhakti is not a Karaka Vibhakti. We say that statement refers to Shesha Shashti, not the Karaka Shashti. Normally, even when we started the Karakas, we only covered these 6 Karakas. Kartrikarakam, Karmakarakam, Karanakarakam, Sampradhanakarakam, Apadanakarakam, and Adhikaranakarakam. With all of these, there is a basic vibhakti. For Kartrikarakam, Prathama vibhakti. Of course, Trutiya is also there, but Prathama vibhakti. If it is under the Pratipadika Artha Matre, that sutra is there. No, as per that sutra, Prathama vibhakti will be given to Kartrikarakam. And then Karmakarakam, Dvitiya vibhakti. Normally Dvitiya vibhakti. In Karmani Prayoga, Prathama vibhakti is given. Karanakarakam, Trutiya vibhakti. For all these, there is a designated vibhakti for all these karakas. But shashTi vibhakti is not designated to any particular karaka. So that is why this statement that shashTyaha karakatvam nasti. That is how this statement came. But that statement applies only to shesha shashTi, not to karaka shashTi. There is a thing called karaka shashTi, which comes in place of the kartrikarakam, the prathama vibhakti of the kartrikarakam, or the dvitiya vibhakti of the karmakarakam. This shashTi vibhakti comes. So that is called karaka shashTi. So looking at that, we cannot say shashTyaha karakatvam nasti, cannot be said with respect to karaka shashTi, which is coming in place of the prathama vibhakti of the kartrikarakam and dvitiya vibhakti of the karmakarakam. It can, that statement holds true only for shesha shashTi. Okay, shesha shashTi. Why? That also we'll see shortly. Ataha shashTyaha karakatvam nasti iti prayaha vadamatram. So that statement should not be applied for all the shashTi vibhaktis, only to the shesha shashTi. So that generalization is only vadamatram. Only it has only been said. That's all. Okay, there can be a lot of discussion on that. So we'll put it aside. Let us not get into that discussion. So what is given is we have three kinds of shashTi: shesha shashTi, karaka shashTi, upapada shashTi. Here right now we are looking at shesha shashTi given in this book. Rajnyaha purushaha, Dasharathasya putraha, Vrikshasya parnam, shashTi sheshe. That is the sutram which indicates shesha shashTi. Okay, shashTi sheshe. Karaka pratipadikaartha vyatiriktaha swaswami bhavadi sambandha sheshaha tatra shashTi syat. Now what does this meaning, this sentence mean? Here vyatiriktaha, there is a word called vyatiriktaha, means remaining. What is remaining? Karaka pratipadikaartha vyatiriktaha, that which is remaining after the karakas are taken, after the pratipadikaartha is taken. So when the karakas are taken, in the karmakarakam dvitiya vibhakti, karanakarakam tritiya vibhakti, all these are taken away. The karakas are taken away. And pratipadikaartha matre, that sutra is there. When in a pratipadikaartha matre, the prathama vibhakti is applied, there are other factors there which cause prathama vibhakti to happen. Right? Linga matre, all those are there. So in that sense, prathama vibhakti is explained. So when there are some more cases which are left out after the karakas are taken away and after this pratipadikaartha matre is taken, there are still some cases which have not been addressed after all the karakas and after all. So whenever there is a dana kriya, it is called sampradana. So when there is no dana kriya, when there is no karanatvam, means the word is not used in the sense of instrument, a word is not used in the sense of danam, a word is not used in the sense of separation, a word is not used in the sense of adhikarana, a word is not used in the sense of karma. There are still some other words which do not apply in all these cases. That remaining things, vyatiriktaha means that remaining things, that words which are remaining and which do not fall into any of those categories mentioned under the karakas or the pratipadikaartha matre, and which fall into the category of swaswami bhavadi sambandha. Those are considered as sheshaha, means remaining. What are remaining? The sambandha, swaswami bhava, and there are other like that. One is the swaswami sambandha, the other one is Janya Janaka Bhava, the other one is Avayava Avayavi Bhava, the other one is Prakriti Vikriti Bhava. 4 kinds of sambandhas are there. One is Swaswami Sambandha, Janya Janaka Sambandha, Avayava Avayavi Sambandha, Prakriti Vikriti Sambandha. So the remaining are these 4 categories. When you take all the karakas aside, when you take the pratipadika matre, the linga matre, vachana matre, all that also if you put aside, what are remaining? These are the 4 types that are remaining. Okay? Those are considered as shesha. Remaining means shesha. So these remaining words will get shashTi vibhakti. Okay? Tatra shashTi syat. Ayam bhavaha. Now let us look. Sheshaha nama uktad anyaha sheshaha. Uktad anyaha. That after whatever has been said, the remaining. Uktad anyaha. That which is remaining after what has been told. What has been told? The karakas have been told. The pratipadika matre has been told. Vachana matre has been told. After all those have been said, what is remaining? These 4 sambandhas. Okay, these are remaining. Kani tarhi uktani. Karma kartru karana. What are those that have already been said? Kani tarhi uktani. Then what are those which are said? Okay, tarhi uktani kani. That is the anvaya. Tarhi, then uktani kani. What are those which have been already said? Karma, kartru, karana, sampradana, apadana, adhikaranani, uktani. All these have been said. Pratipadika uktaha. That also has been said. Katham eshaha arthaha labdhaha shashti sheshe iti sutrat purvam. Okay, before this sutra, the 2.3.50. Okay, always keep in mind the number sutra numbers also. Before this, how do you say? How can you say by the word sheshe that all these whatever is left after all these? How are you taking that meaning? Okay. So, if you look at this sutra, shashti sheshe, iti sutrat purvam karmani dvitiya, starts in 2.3.2. Ityarabhya, starting there, pratipadika linga parimana vachana matre prathama, 2.3.46. Until then, ityantam shat karakani pratipadika ashtadhyayam purvam uktani. Okay, all these have been mentioned from the sutra starting from 2.3.2 until the sutra 2.3.46. All these have been covered. Ataha sheshaha nama uktat anyaha. So whatever has been said before, after that, whatever comes, that should be considered. Kaha tarhi etebhyah षड्भ्यः कारेभ्यः प्रातिपदिकार्थाच्च atiriktah asti. So what is remaining after all these have been taken? Iti chet swaswami bhavaha, janya janaka bhavaha, avayava avayavi bhavaha, ityadayah. 3 have been given. The 4th one is prakriti vikriti bhavaha. Iti chet swaswami bhava, that is given. Evancha karmadikarakeshu dvitiyadayah pravartante. So karmadikarakeshu means karmakarakam, karanakarakam, all these. Karmadikarakeshu dvitiyadayah means dvitiya vibhakti, tritiya vibhakti, adayah pravartante. Okay, so all those have been taken. Pratipadikarte cha prathama bhavati. Okay, in the pratipadika we are giving prathama vibhakti. Swaswami bhavadi sambandhe shashti syat iti paryavasannaha arthaha. This is the saramsam. This is the comprehensive meaning of all of this shashti sheshe. Okay, simply by shashti sheshe, this much meaning is being conveyed. By shesha, what it means? Uktadanyaha sheshaha. Uktadanyaha. Whatever has been said, other than whatever has been said. Okay, so what has been said, that covers all what has been said in the previous sutras, like that. Okay, so comprehensively, what is remaining? Swaswami bhava, janya janaka bhava, avayava avayavi bhava, prakriti vikriti bhava. So all these 4, to indicate all these sambandhas, shashti is used. So the first example, Rajnyaha Purushaha. This is Swaswami Sambandha. Raja Sambandhi Purushaha iti Rajnyaha Purushaha ityasya arthaha. Etadrishe arthe Raja Visheshanam. Ataha saha apradhanam. Purushaha Visheshyaha. Ataha saha pradhanam. Atra apradhanat Rajnyaha shashTi prakrita sutrena. So by this sutra, shashTi sheshe, here the relation between the Rajan Shabda and the Purusha Shabda is a Swaswami. That man belongs to the king. He is a king's person. Means like a king's soldier or a king's guard or a king's cook. He can be anybody, but he is a king. He works for the king. So here there is a Swaswami. Means Swami is Raja and this person is working under that king. So Swaswami Bhava is there between those two words. That is why you can add those two words. Rajnyaha Purushaha. Raja Purushaha. That you will get. Okay. So here the shashTi vibhakti of the Rajnyaha is being discussed rather than the compound. Okay. Rather than the compound. When you are making the compound and if it becomes shashTi Tatpurusha, that shashTi will apply. That shashTi sutra will apply when you are taking it in the sense of a compound word. But here, the same Rajnyaha Purushaha here is indicated in the Swaswami Sambandha. Okay, here the priority is for the Swaswami Sambandha. In that context, it comes under Shesha shashTi. When you are looking at the Rajnyaha as the shashTi vibhakti of a Tatpurusha Samasa, then you have to quote that first shashTi, the 2.2.8 sutra. That shashTi sutra should be applied. But Rajnyaha Purushaha, when you are not forming the compound, say for example, you are not forming the shashTi Tatpurusha compound, you can simply say Rajnyaha Purushaha Agachati. You can say, no, Dasharathasya Putraha Ramaha. We always say that Dasharathasya Putraha Ramaha Asti. Dasharatha Putra Ramaha, that also you can say. There you joined the words in Samasa, whereas in the first case, Dasharathasya Putraha Ramaha, here you did not join them in the Samasa. So in that case, there is a Swaswami Sambandha. Of course, not in the Dasharathasya Putraha. There Janaka Janya Sambandha will come. Janya Janaka Sambandha will come. Here Swaswami, because there is no Janya Janaka. Janya Janaka means like a blood relation. Father and son, mother and son, that kind of relation, if it is there, we call it Janya Janaka Sambandha. Here Swaswami is only a master and a lower grade. Okay, like a servant. Not only a servant, it can be a soldier is not a servant, but still there is a Swami Sambandha between the king and the soldier, like that, working under somebody. Okay. So in that sense, here we have to take. So this Rajnyaha Purushaha applies in both cases. When it is forming the compound, we have to mention the sutra shashTi. When we are only indicating the Swaswami Sambandha, then we have to indicate sheshe shashTi. Shashti sheshe. Okay. So here that is it. So here etadrishe arthe Raja Visheshanam. Why is Raja considered as a Visheshanam? Because Purushaha is there, right? Now, Kidrishaha Purushaha, Rajnyaha Purushaha. Who? What kind of a man are you talking about? I'm talking about the king's person, a person working for the king. There can be many people. Okay, so for example, this is just as an example. A father is looking for a groom for his daughter. He wants only a Rajnyaha Purushaha. There are so many men out there, but he wants only a person who is working for the king. So that person is identified by to whom he is working. So that automatically becomes Visheshana to the Purusha. Though it is a Visheshana, it is still getting shashTi vibhakti because of the Swaswami Sambandha. Because of the Swaswami Sambandha, here it is getting shashTi vibhakti. But it is still a kind of Visheshana because we are identifying this Purusha as belonging to the king. So he is still, the Rajnyaha still acts as a Visheshana. But because of the Swaswami Sambandha, it gets shashTi vibhakti. And again, it is also considered as apradhanam. Why? Because if I simply say Rajnyaha, will I be able to convey what I'm trying to say? No. The Purushaha is the Prathamam Padam. That is the most important one. That is what I'm trying to convey. Okay, I'm looking for a man for my daughter. So here the man is important. That is the important word. It is not, that is Pradhanam. So, Apradhanasya shashTi vibhaktihi bhavati. So that is what is given here under Swaswami Bhavaha. So how do you identify which is Pradhana and which is Apradhana? Apradhana cannot exist without the Pradhana. Like I said, Rajnyaha. If I simply say Rajnyaha, it is not complete. Only when I say Rajnyaha Purushaha. Purushaha, it is dependent on Purushaha. The Rajnyaha is dependent on Purushaha. It is describing the Purushaha. So without Purushaha, Rajnyaha has no value. It's simply saying kings. Kings what? King's sword or the king's man or the king's palace or the king's queen, or what are you talking about? So here Purushaha is Pradhanam. So without the Pradhana Padam, the Apradhana Padam does not exist. So anytime if you are in dilemma, like which word should I take as Pradhana and which word should I consider as Apradhana, you can question like this. So by that you will be able to understand which word is Pradhana. The Apradhana word gets the shashTi with this sutra, shashTi sheshe. Okay, because here nothing else is applying. It is not indicating a karma karakam, it is not indicating karana karakam, none of the other karakas, none of the pratipadika matre, vachana matre, linga matre, none of that are also applying. So it is falling into these four sambandhas. So it qualifies under shashTi sheshe, it qualifies to get shashTi vibhakti. The second one is Dasharathasya putraha, Janya Janaka bhavaha. Here there is a Janya Janaka bhavaha. So Dasharatha Shabda again gets, if I simply say Dasharathasya kim? Again the same question. It is dependent on the Pradhana Padam is Putra. Apradhana Padam is Dasharatha. So Apradhana Padam will get the shashTi vibhakti. Okay, so Asyarthaha Dasharatha Sambandhi Putraha iti. Etadrishe arthe Dasharathaha Apradhanam. Putraha Pradhanam. Apradhanat Dasharathat shashTi prakrita sutrena. Okay, so this is the Janya Janaka Bhava. Vrikshasya Parnam. This is Avayava Avayavi Bhava. Because Avayavi is the Vriksha, Avayava is the Parna. Avayavi is the whole, anytime. Okay, the whole object is Avayavi. That which has Avayavas is called Avayavi. Avayavas are the parts. Like the Veda. The Vedas is Avayavi. Vedangas are Avayavas. Like that. Okay. So Vrikshasya Parnam. Asyartaha Vriksha Sambandhi Parnam iti. Here also there is a Sambandha, right? Avayava Avayavi Sambandha is there. Etadrishaha arthe vrikshaha apradhanam, parnam pradhanam, apradhanat vrikshat shashTi prakrita sutrena. So the apradhana vriksha shabda will get shashTi vibhakti. And then we have prakriti vikriti bhava. It is not given here, but I'm just mentioning. Prakriti vikriti bhava. Prakriti is the original, the raw material. Vikriti is something that you make out of it, like ghata and mrit. Mrit is prakriti, ghataha is vikriti. So mritaha ghatam. In that sense we can say ghataha. So suvarnasya abharanam. Suvarnasya abharanam. Abharanam is made out of suvarnam. Suvarnam is the raw material. Abharanam is the finished product, vikriti. So that also is a kind of sambandha. So there also suvarna shabdasya shashTi bhavati. If I simply say suvarna, it does not indicate what I'm talking about. So whether you are talking about abharanam or something else, because suvarna can still be used in many ways, not only in abharana. It can be used in medicines, in Ayurveda. It can be used to build vigrahas or other things also, right? So in that sense, suvarna apradhana padam, abharanam pradhana padam. Anantaram. Devadattaha matuhu smarati. Asmin vakye devadattah karta mata karma bhavitum yogya. Yatra karmatvena matrukarmakam smaranam avivakshitva sambandha samanyam matru sambandhi smaranam vivakshyate tatra shashti syat. Ataha atra matru shabdat shashti. Devadatta kartrukam matru sambandhi smaranam ityartah uparyuktasya vakyasya. उपरि उक्तस्य वाक्यस्य यदि कर्मत्वेन मातृकर्मकं स्मरणं विवक्षा तदा द्वितीया भवेत् एव देवदत्तः मातरं स्मरति एवं भजे शम्भोः चरणयोः इति. So here karmatva karanatva, so the karmakarakas and the karanakarakas also those are also considered as sambandhas only. So those also are considered as a special sambandhas, and sometimes the shashti will take over them. This actually we'll discuss in detail under, I think, Karaka Shashti. Let us look. So here it is given as simply as Karmatva Sambandha Shashti. Karmatva Sambandha Shashti. So Asmin Vakye, Devadattaha Matuhu Smarati. Normally, how do we say this sentence? Devadattaha Mataram Smarati. But here it is given as Matuhu Smarati. So how does this explain? How can we explain? Asmin Vakye Devadattaha Karta. Mata Karma Bhavitum Yogya. Okay, Matru Shabdam is Karma Padam. Yatra Karmatvena Avivakshitva Sambandha Samanyam Matu Sambandhi Smaranam Vivakshyate Tatra Shashti Syat. So where the Karmakarakam is not Vivaksha, and the sambandha smaranam, okay, through the smaranam that sambandha is being shown. That sambandha is shown instead of the karmakarakam because of the lack of vivaksha of the karmakarakam. The vivaksha is not there. If the Vakta says Devadattaha Mataram Smarati, then there is vivaksha. Vivaksha means the Vakta wants to explicitly state in how he is showing the relation between the words. That is vivaksha. If he says Devadattaha Mataram Smarati, means there is vivaksha of the karmakarakam. He is explicitly stating the karmakarakam there. But if there is no vivaksha, he wants to emphasize on the fact that smaranam as a sambandha, he is related to his mother through that smaranam. Okay, that relation he wants to emphasize. Then Devadattaha Matuhu Smarati. When the vivaksha of the sambandha needs to be expressed and not the karma karakam, then the Matru Shabda will get shashti vibhakti. Okay, so this is Devadatta Kartrukam Matru Sambandhi Smaranam Ityartaha Upari Yuktasya Vakyasya. The sentence that has been said above is expressing the sambandha of the smarana. How is Devadatta relating to this Matru Shabda? Through the sambandha, smarana sambandhe. So here the Vakta wants to emphasize on that sambandha rather than simply putting the Matru Shabda as just a karma padam. Instead of that, here the smarana sambandha is being emphasized on. So in that case, shashti vibhakti is used because shashti is always used in sambandha. So here what is this sambandha? Karmatva sambandha it is called. Karmatva sambandha shashti. It is not swaswami sambandha, it is not janya janaka sambandha, it is not avayava avayavi sambandha, it is not prakriti vikriti sambandha. It is karmatva sambandha shashti. So it is called karmatva sambandha shashti. So that way all the sambandhas come under shashti vibhakti. In this shashti sheshe, whatever is remaining, what is remaining? The sambandhas. What are these sambandhas? The above mentioned four, the karmatva sambandha, sometimes the karanatva sambandha also can be there. Okay, sarpisho janihe. Okay, sarpisho janihe is an example of karanatva sambandha. How is that? Sarpisha janite. So normally this sarpis shabda is the ghee. Janite here is used in the sense of offering in the yagas. If you are whenever you are offering something in the yaga, the janihe shabda can also be used in that sense. Normally, what is this shabda from the gnya dhatu? It means to know. Okay, it indicates knowing, but it can also be used in the sense of offering into a yajna. So here, how is somebody performing the yaga? Sarpisha with the ghee, by offering the ghee. By offering the ghee to the yaga, somebody is performing the yaga. So here there is a karanatva sambandha shashti. So this sarpisha janite. Okay, sarpisha is in trutiya vibhakti. It is a sarpis shabda. In trutiya vibhakti, it becomes a sarpisha. So with the offering, he is performing the yaga. Normally, that is how it is. The kArakam will be given to this because he is using that offering as a tool to perform the yaga. But when there is vivaksha for the sambandha, sarpishaha janite. Sarpishaha, the shashti vibhakti of the sarpis shabda. So here the karanatva sambandha. Okay, karanatva sambandha shashti it is called. That shashti is called karanatva sambandha. So like that, sometimes other vibhaktis also can be replaced with the shashti vibhakti, the karaka sambandhas. Sometimes when there is no vivaksha, they can be replaced with shashti sambandha, with the shashti vibhakti. And they are still considered as a kind of sambandha. All these are also considered as a kind of sambandha. So there is a sambandha here, like how matuhu smarati. So the mother, there is a relation with the mother through that smaranam, in that sense. Okay, it is taken. Okay, so now let us again come back to this PDF file. So here we covered Shesha Shashti. Okay, that is Shesha Shashti. So anytime you see a Shashti Vibhakti, try to identify whether it is Shesha Shashti or Karaka Shashti or Upapada Shashti. First we did the Shesha Shashti. So first you can check until we also complete studying Karaka Shashti. You can see if it is a Shesha Shashti or not. If it is not Shesha Shashti, then it has to be either Karaka Shashti or Upapada Shashti. Now let us see what Karaka Shashti is. Pratipada Vidhana, Karaka Shashti is of three types. Pratipada Vidhana and Sheshatva Rahita and Kridyoge. These are the three types. Kridyoge is the one that is given in our book. In the Karaka book, 47, just after what we have completed reading, that Karaka Shashti is given on page number 47. They started off with the Kridyoge. But I thought we can also look into what Pratipada Vidhana Shashti is and Sheshatva Rahita Shashti. These also are Karaka Shashti. So let us simply see this. And Kridyoga Shashti we can cover in the next class. Because that itself again is, there is so much to cover under that. So here there are 8 sutras under Pratipada Vidhana. Pratipada Vidhana means like every word. Pratipada is like every word, depending on the kind of how each of those words are used. In that sense, you can take. And there are 8 sutras under this Karaka Shashti. The first one is Jno Vidarthasya Karane. One second. Okay. So here, Janatehe Vidartha, Avidartha, Avidartaha, sorry, Janatehe Avidarthasya Ajnanarthasya Karane Karake Shashti Vibhaktihi Bhavati. Janatehe Avidarthasya, same what we have seen in this one, Sarpisho Janite. That is basically is covered here under this sutra. Okay. So Janatehe of this verb, Avidarthasya. Normally, janati means jnadhatos is meant to know with, right? To know, knowledge. Avidarthasya, when it is not used in the sense of knowledge. Ajnanarthasya, karane karake shashti vibhakti bhavati. So normally when it is used in that sense of, when it is not used in the sense of knowing, and when it is used to indicate the karana karaka, shashti vibhakti bhavati, as per this sutra. So sarpisho janite, madhuno janite. Here janite indicates offering in a yaga. Okay, so sarpishaha is, sarpis is ghee and madhuna is honey. So when both of these are offered in the yaga, shashti vibhakti is used, because here the jna dhatu is used in the sense of avidarthasya. Okay, avidarthasya iti kim? Swarena putram janati. So why are we mentioning avidarthasya? So this sutra applies only when the jna dhatu is used in the sense of avidartha. When it is used in the sense of with, swarena putram janati. So the mother or father does not see the son is somewhere else, but by his voice they know that it is him. Here the jna dhatu is used in the sense of knowing. So here shashti vibhakti na bhavati. Swarena putram janati. Swarena, tritiya only is used. Anantaram. Here this is another sutra. So as per this sutra, here we have some dhatus. Adhigarthadayesham karmani. So here what are the dhatus? Adhigartha, smaranartha, daya, and isha. Adhigartha, daya, and isha. These are the three kriyapadani when they are used. Shesha iti vartate. So sheshe and shashti are taken as anuvritti here. Okay, so here when we say karaka shashti, in the karaka shashti there are three types, right? In this pratipada vidhana karaka shashti, shesha shashti also comes. What does it mean when I say shesha shashti comes? When so it will have two forms basically. Okay, I will come to that also. So it is considered as karaka shashti as well as shesha shashti. So two forms can be taken. Whereas sheshatva rahita. So the karaka shashti where there is only one form, there sheshatva shesha shashti will not be there. Explicitly it will not be there. Whereas in pratipada vidhana, shesha shashti also applies. So two forms will be there. Two ways of expressing it will be there. So here two forms in the sense, say for example, here you see. Here, if you see, there are two forms, right? When it is when the jna dhatu is used in the sense of avit and in the sense of with, like that you can consider. Okay, but here sheshe and shashti are the anuvritti. Shesha iti vartate. So this also applies. So adhigarthaha smaranarthaha. So adhigartha means smaranam, daya, dana gati rakshaneshu. Okay, dana gati and rakshaneshu. Gati means like to pity. Okay, dana is to give, and rakshana to protect. Isha, aishwarya. So isha shabda here is used in the sense of here it is given as aishwarya. It can also be used in the sense of to rule, like somebody who rules. Etesham karmani karake sheshatvena vivakshite shashti vibhakti bhavati. Okay, so here normally with these verbs, what would have been the karma karakam? Sheshatvena vivakshite shashti vibhakti bhavati. Okay, so because it is taking the place of karma karakam, it comes under karaka shashti. But sheshatvena vivakshite. The sheshatvam is, it is showing the vivaksha of the sheshatvam. So, shashTi vibhakti comes. So, let us see how it is. Maturadhyeti. Matuhu smarati. Sarpisho dayate. Sarpisha ishte. Madhuna ishte. Okay. So here, how do we hear Matuhu adhyeti. Matuhu adhyeti. That is the split here. So he remembers the mother. Matuhu smarati is the meaning. Sarpishaha dayate. So sarpishaha ishte. So ishte means here to give. Here dayate means to give. So here sarpishaha dayate, sarpishaha ishte, and madhunaha ishte. So to give. So karmani iti kim? Matuhu gunaihi smarati. So here, why karmani? Here in the sutra, karmani is given. Why is that mentioned? Why is karmani mentioned here in the sutra? The Mata is remembered by her gunas, not as an object. Not as an object. Okay, in that sense, it is taken as the shashTi vibhakti. Shesha ityeva mataram smarati. Here Shesha mataram smarati also applies. So when the gunas are not taken into consideration, then mataram smarati also applies. So Govindaha mataram smarati. So here the gunas of the mother is not taken into consideration. He simply remembers his mother. If that simplicity needs to be maintained, then mataram smarati. If the gunas of the mother are emphasized on, when you remember somebody, sometimes you simply remember them, sometimes a particular quality of theirs makes you remember them, right? When you see, whenever there is a danakriya happening, immediately we remember Karna. So there, the context of Karna is coming because of that guna. Because of that guna, not because of when you say that in the war field, Karna is helping Duryodhana. There, the dana guna of the Karna is not that is coming into picture. Only that Karna is friend of Duryodhana and he is taking part in the war. But whenever a danakriya is happening, when we remember Karna, there because of the guna, Karna is being remembered. So that is the difference between these two. Matuhu gunaihi smarati. Then it will get Matuhu adhyeti. Okay, so we use this when in the sense of here the shashTi is used in the place of the karma karakam when her gunas are more memorized or remembered rather than just the person. So in that sense we can take here. So here this anuvritti is there just as a backup. So when the gunas are not the ones that are emphasized on, always this also applies. So it is not just that the shashTi vibhakti is used here. The fallback option will also be mataram smarati. So there is an option here. And then the next sutra is Krinyaha Pratiyatni. So what does this mean? Pratiyatni. What does Pratiyatni mean? Guna Parivartanam. Pratiyatni means Guna Parivartanam. So karotehe karmani. So here Krinyaha means the kru dhatoho Pratiyatni. Karotehe karmani karake sheshatvena vivakshite pratiyatne gamyamane shashTi vibhaktihi bhavati. So this karoti shabda is there. Kru dhatoho karoti shabda. That kriya padasya, whenever karoti is there, there will be a karma padam attached to it, right? Karyam karoti, lekhanam karoti, whatever. Karmani karake sheshatvena vivakshite pratiyatne guna parivartanam gamyamane shashti vibhaktihi bhavati. So let us look at this. Guna, when there is guna parivartanam happening, means guna parivartanam means we are mentioning the quality of a particular object, talking about the quality of a particular object which is changing. Okay, so here edodakasyopa kurute, edodakasyopas kurute. Okay, shastrapatrasyopas kurute, pratiyatna iti kim. So what these two words mean, we'll come back in a minute. Pratiyatna iti kim, katam karoti, karmani iti kim. So here pratiyatna iti kim, katam karoti. Here in this katam karoti, though the kru shabda is used, the kru dhatu is used, karoti kriya padam is used, and katam is the karmakarakam. This will not get the shashti as by this sutra. Why? Here the katam, there is no change in the guna parivartanam is not happening. The pratiyatne is not happening. Katam karoti, that's all. A mat is being made. There is no guna parivartanam happening. Only when guna parivartanam is happening in the karma karakam, in the karma padam, only then the shashti vibhakti is applied. Karmani iti kim. Edodakasyopas kurute prajnaya. Shesha ityeva. Edodakasyopas karanam iti. So how do you look at this? Edha shabdaha sakarantaha napumsaka lingaha. Daka shabdaha udakavachi. So Eda is Edas Shabda, okay, and which Daka Shabda is Udakavachi, means relates to water. Edascha Dakancha iti dvandvaha. Eda Shabda is wood, okay. Edas means wood, and Daka Shabda is Udakam. So this is dvandva. Yadva Eda Shabdaha akarantaha pumlingaha edascha udakam cha iti dvandva ityanupada anupadam eva uktam. So basically what this means is edodakasyopas kurute means the wood is causing the water, the taste of the water to change. When you store water in different patras, the quality of the water will change a little bit, right? Depending on how you are storing, where you are storing. So here, the quality of the water is changing because of this Eda. So edodakasyopars kurute means, that is what it means. Okay, so here, based when the kru dhatu is used, the karma padam normally, which should have been the karma padam, will get a shashti vibhakti. So it is a karaka shashti by that. Vastutaha karmi bhutaidodaka sambandhi parishkaranam ityartaha. So karmi bhutai, karmi bhuta edodaka sambandhi. So that which would have been the karma padam, okay, edodaka sambandhi parishkaranam. So because of the relation between the water and the wood that is happening here, the word which should have been the karma padam will get shashti vibhakti as per this sutra. Okay. Anantaram. The next sutra is Rujarthanam Bhava Vachananam Ajvare. Bhava Vachananam Ajvarehe. So this sutra, it talks about the Ruj Dhatu and Rujarthanam and other dhatus also which come under that category. But not the Jvara, not the Jvara Dhatu. Ajvarehe. Okay. So Rujarthanam Bhava Vachananam Ajvarehe. So Rujarthanam Dhatunam Bhava Vachananam Bhava Kartrikanam Jvara Varjitanam Karmani Karake Sheshatvena Vivakshite Shashti Vibhaktihi Bhavati. So here Ruj Dhatu. What does Ruj Dhatu mean? Ruj dhatu means some kind of roga or pida, actually, pida. Okay, being because of the roga, whatever we experience, that pida, that is called ruj. So chaurasya rujati rogaha. Rogaha, normally what should it have been? Rogaha chauram rujati. The roga is making the person suffer, the chora suffer. But here chaurasya, shashTi vibakti, based on this sutra. Okay, chaurasyam chaurasya amayam amayah. Amayati amayah. Okay, so chaurasya amayati amayah. So the disease is basically making the chaura suffer. That is what it means. Okay, amayah means disease, right? So in that way. So bhava vachananam iti kim? Nadi kulani rujati. Here nadi kulani rujati, what it means is the river is breaking the banks. So here rujati is used in the sense of also like pida only. Here also it is pida, here also it is pida. But here it is not used in the sense of how do you say? It is a physical object that it is breaking. The kulani rujati. Here the river is breaking the banks, like it is a physical breaking, right? The banks are like, if there is a small how do you say? The banks have been broken, but here it is not like that. Here the pida that is indicating here is more like an abstract noun, but here it is not an abstract noun. So bhava vachananam, that is why this bhava vachananam is indicated. It indicates the abstractness of the noun that it is applied to. Here that abstractness is not there. This is a physical thing, whereas here it is more abstract. So here in the sutra, the bhava vachananam indicates that ajvare. Ajvare is for the jvara dhatu. This does not apply, though that also kind of means in the same sense of rujati or rogaha. It's still for that particular kriya padam, this does not apply. Shesha ityeva. Whenever this the optional thing is chauram rujati rogaha. Okay, so when this does not apply in the sheshatvam, rogaha chauram rujati, this comes. Okay. Anantaram. We'll just see this one thing and stop because this is a small sutra. The next one is Ashishi Natha. This really doesn't, we don't use this as much, but I just wanted to cover everything that is under this. So Ashirarthasya Nathatehe Sheshe Karmani shashTi Syat. Again, what would have been the Karmakarakam will get shashTi. So Ashirarthasya. Ashirarthasya means when that kind of blessing is happening. The shashTi vibakti. Sarpishaha Nathanam. So here Sarpish, again the ghee. So before offering the ghee into the yajna, sometimes that blessing of the ghee will also happen. The priest will first offer or bless all the padarthas that are used in that are going to be used in the yaga. So in that sense, if it is used, then the shashTi vibhakti will happen. Ashirarthasya Nathatehe Sheshe Karmani shashTi Syat. Ashishi iti kim Manavaka Nathanam. Okay, here Manavaka Nathanam. Here that blessing is not there. Manavaka is the name of a person. Nathanam, here that particular blessing is not there. Simply, he's being simply called upon, but there is no sense of blessing. Okay. Here also Natha is used. Natha means to bless. But that sense of blessing is really not meant. The meaning of that dhatu is not being applied here. Sometimes even when it is not applied, like meanings can change a little bit. So here that sense is not applied, so it does not get shashti vibhakti. Okay. So here we have a few more shlokas that come under the first Karaka shashti. We have 3 more sutras, and then again Karaka shashti Sheshatva Rahita is there. And after that, we will come to the Krityoge Karaka shashti, okay, which is given in our Karaka book. So we shall stop here. These are all only for our only for us to feel that we have completely covered the shashti vibhakti. Most of these, like I said, we may not use, but at least we will know that there are these kinds of shashti vibhaktis and what comes under Karaka shashti, just the basic knowledge. So you don't have to worry too much about memorizing all these cases. But when you look at the example sentences, there are some sentences which we come across here and there. So that is the main reason why I gathered all this, so that even if there is one sentence somewhere which we come across more often and we don't know why it is getting shashti vibhakti. So just knowing the basics of what are all the cases where shashti vibhakti applies, some of them only we will be using, but at least we'll know, okay, there is so much out there, out of which we are coming across here and there. So the more you read, the more we will come across these cases, and then we already know why it is in shashti vibhakti. So for that reason we are covering. Otherwise, don't worry too much if you are unable to memorize all this. There is no reason for you to memorize all this, but let us keep it in one place, and whenever we see a shashti vibhakti somewhere, always try to figure out which by which whether it is a shesha shashti or a karaka shashti or a upapada shashti. That classification we should be able to make. Okay, if it is a karaka shashti, because when we are marking, we should be able to identify if this is taking the place of the kartrikarakam or the karmakarakam or the karanakarakam. We need to have that knowledge. Only when we have that knowledge, we'll be able to understand that sentence or shloka completely. Because we now know, okay, this is actually a karanakarakam, but the shashti vibhakti took over because of this sutra. So, okay, so this object is being used as the karanam in this shloka, though it is in shashti vibhakti. That knowledge we need to have. For that reason, we need to be able to identify whether the shashti vibhakti is simply a shesha shashti or a karaka shashti or a upapada shashti. For that reason, this classification is important. So let us stop here. Any questions?
अधिगर्था का मीनिंग क्या बताया था आपने?
हाँ,
अधिगर्था.
अधिगर्ता.
हाँ. Means
which where did you go? In which sutra it is there? That first one, right? So adhigartha is like remembering.
Okay.
Smaranartham. It is given there. In the notes also I have written adhigartha smaranarthaha. It indicates a smaran. Whereas daya indicates danam or gati or rakshana. Isha, here it is given as Aishwarya, but it can also indicate ruling. Okay. Paramesha means or Lokesha. The Isha of the Loka means the Lord of the Loka, means the one who rules the Loka. In that sense also we can take. So the meanings of those words are also given right under the sutra.
Okay.
Okay. So Alivelu Bhagini.
आं भगिनि. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ओम शांति शांति शांतिः. धन्यवाद भगिनी. नमस्कारः. सर्वेभ्यः धन्यवादः. नमस्कारः.
धन्यवादः भगिनी. सर्वेभ्यः धन्यवादः.
धन्यवादाः।